I know, tire reviews, there's so many tires out there, all have their own different traits and technologies. Where do you begin? I guess in this case, when you get a set of mountain bike tires that are valued under 100 USD that ride better than expected, I'd say it's worth talking about. So here we are. I just got back from a ride aboard the new all-around downcountry tire from American Classic, the Mauka. And today we're gonna chat about it. Let's do it. This video is supported in part by Surly Bikes. Surly makes serious steel bikes for people that don't take themselves too seriously. They make bikes that are versatile and durable, that can be dressed up or down for commuting, bike packing, ATVing, gravel grinding, or whatever you call fun on two wheels. With 15 original dirt-friendly platforms, they offer something that fits just about anyone for any style of riding. So for more on Surly, make sure to click this card right here, and I also have a link in the description below. So the Mauka comes in at one option. It's right here, 29 by 2.4 inches, and the tire comes in at a weight of 849 grams with their Stage TRL armor, which is their lighter weight mountain bike tire construction, but still hardy enough for rough terrain. The TRL specifically is a 1.5 ply 60 TPI construction, opposed to their 2-ply construction found on more of their aggressive tires. The tire is also made up of a Rubber Force G off-road tire compound, which is their proprietary tire compound for this specific tire, and it is also hookless rim compatible and of course tubeless ready. So after weighing the tires, which only came in a few grams over their claimed weight, I threw them on these Industry 9 Trail 280C wheels, and they mounted with ease with a floor pump and these Fillmore valves. So mounted on this Industry 9 280C wheel, the tire width came out to 2.25 inches or 57 millimeters. So certainly less than their claimed 2.4 inches or 61 millimeters. Maybe by mounting on a slightly wider rim or with more time on the tire, it might flex out a bit, but more than likely not 4 millimeters, which is quite a bit. So that is a bit of a disappointment, and I do think a bit more width would truly make this tire much more attractive. Look good? No, just more attractive, Neil. Finally, after a quick spin of the tires, I saw a slight wobble in both the front and rear tire. Nothing drastic, but enough to unmount and remount to see if I could fix it, but to no avail. That being said, American Classic does have a 2-year warranty on their tires. Any defects like wobbles would certainly fall under that. While I'm on the topic, American Classic also has their road hazard replacement policy, which is a 50% off tire replacement for a tire that has a puncture or a tear and no longer holds air. American Classic has done a really good job of marketing this, so should you break, shred, whatever your tire, and it no longer holds air, you should definitely hit them up. So I really wanted to share my thoughts on this specific tire because it kind of reminded me about my tire process picking my tires for the Colorado Trail last year. Well, I think I have come to the realization that a 2.5 or 2.6 inch tire is best for most cases. Sometimes I am looking for a true cross-country tire that rolls really well on dirt or pavement, but also bites when needed on single track. I rolled with the Maxxis Recon 2.4 up front and an Ardent 2.35 in the rear last year for the Colorado Trail. But after a handful of rides on the Mauka, I've been really pleased with its capabilities. It would certainly consider it for the Colorado Trail again. All right, so compound is typically the way tire manufacturers change the way their tires ride and grip with varying hardnesses throughout the tire tread. Without knowing much more about this specific compound and the tread pattern and technology, all I can do is really share my thoughts on how it felt. And after a few rides on this tire, it indeed felt like a modern day cross-country tire that was really well balanced but excelled going downhill. If that is now called downcountry, great, let's go with it. It's a downcountry tire. The first ride on the Maukas felt really fast, and I actually PR'd a climb on a lunch ride last week. The climb is filled with a bit of everything: loose kitty litter, single track, and rough, steep 2-track. Right off the bat, it was clear that it was a faster rolling tire despite the lack of center rolling tread, which is something that might be overrated versus ramping and tread hardness. So once I pointed the tire downhill, this is where the tire truly surprised me. The trail that I took down has some kitty litter, a bit of loose rock. It's steep enough and flows well where you can usually get too much speed for your own good. A few days prior, I pedaled the same bike, but with the Maxxis Recon and Maxxis Ardent Race tires. The experience was filled with a bit of hesitancy. The front end felt great, but the Ardent Race is just not a great braking tire, so I was much more timid because of that. The Mauka held speed really well, but transitioned to side and corner lugs without skipping a beat. But maybe most importantly, this tire has some really great stopping power, which gave me more confidence that I didn't necessarily have in my previous ride. I think stopping power is in general underrated. If you know you can stop, you know you can go faster, and that's what I found with the Mauka. The tread pattern, which consists of medium depth, evenly spaced siped lugs, hooked up really well in loose over hard, and created confidence even at that 2.25 width. That tread depth and the lug structure definitely helped with that braking, and with a loaded rig and sharp corners and high speeds and just a heavy rig in general, for bike packing, that is super helpful. So I did try to test this tire in mud, but I did strike out over the last week or so I can't really share my thoughts on how this tire sheds mud or even rides in mud, but the well spaced out medium depth lugs should present decent grip and mud shedding performance. I also can't speak on the full durability of the Mauka, but I definitely did aim for some sharp rocks, did test the sidewall a bit, but I will report back and pin a comment in the comments below when I do have more time on it. Overall, I do wish this tire was a true 2.4-inch tire. And it's also not light, but it does have a competitive weight compared to other tires in this category for its durable construction. But the best thing about this tire is that performance versus cost. It's not easy to find a set of predictable mountain bike tires that are worthy of rough bike packing terrain for under $100. I think that's the biggest win of all, a $45 tire that rides more like an $80 tire. And I actually have been enjoying it so much that I definitely plan on keeping it on my Spearfish and riding it all summer. So the Mauka will be available on amclassic.com or on Amazon in the coming days. So if you have any comments or questions regarding this tire, please leave it in the comment section below. As always, thank you all so much for watching. And if you like what you see in these videos, in my video reviews, anything on this YouTube channel, definitely hit that subscribe button. That goes a long way. Thanks so much. And until next time, pedal further.